Zags. Let's pivot to Gonzaga because late last night, while we were at the Skyline rooftop at the Virginian Hotel, enjoying some fantastic fried wings. They were fantastic fried wings and jalapeno poppers, which our producer, Dagan Hughes, is a big jalapeno popper guy, apparently. I did not realize this about him, but Gonzaga, but I think, can we say belt to behind on this one? They were up by 20 in the first half, 163 to 83 to 68.
Belt to behind.
They were up by 25
we're going to need a definition.
In the second half.
Yeah, this was kind of never close.
This is what Gonzaga did to Oklahoma last night. So the thing that stood out to me more than anything else is Graham Ike and Braden Huff scored 32 points and had 20 rebounds combined. And they missed, especially Braden Huff, they probably missed 6 or 7 shots at the rim that they should finish. Ty and Grant Foster came off the bench at 14 and 7. Jalen Worley came in, 13 points, 8 boards, 3 assists. There's length on this team. There's athleticism across the perimeter. There's a little bit of lineup versatility because you could play big with the 2 big guys. You could play smaller and downsize with someone like TGF at the 4, maybe Jalen Worley at the 4. You got Ishmael Diani out there who is still kind of working his way into the rotation. Adam Miller made some shots. I think when it comes to the size that they have up front, the length and athleticism on the wings, and the way that they can defend, make me believe that this Gonzaga team, ranked 21st in the preseason, is probably too low.
Yeah, probably.
The big question is when they get up to when they're playing someone a little bit better than OU that has a front court that can match up with them, and I only think there's probably 12 to 13 front courts that are as good, that are in the same tier as these guys. When you run into that, are you good enough defensively? And is your point guard play going to be good enough to be able to beat the best teams in college basketball?
I don't know on that. I think time will tell, right? I can't wait to go to the game. Who do they play? Tennessee in Nashville in early December. I think it's December 5th. So that'll be a good test for them. You know what you got out of Graham Ike and Braden Huff, right? And Adam Miller's been around forever. I mean, their whole team's been around forever, it feels like, other than their point guard play. And that's my biggest question right now is St. Superi and Braden Smith, the other Braden Smith, the one who came from Colgate and sat out last year. Are they good enough? Now, they're good enough, certainly, to win the WCC. That's never going to be in question, right? St. Mary's is good. They'll give them a run. But I think they're good enough to dominate most teams in the WCC. But like you said, it's not what they're playing for. They're playing, can they get to a Final Four? Can they be that type of team that, Mark Few's really accustomed to coaching over the last few years? So, again, I don't see why not.
I think that this team, to me, has and it's not really breaking news when it comes. Yeah, they have, I think, 4 guys that are over 23.
Right.
And I think the entire rotation is basically over 21. Yeah. Ty and Grant Foster 25 at this point. So they are not a team of college basketball players. These are adults.
Even Braden Smith, the other Braden Smith's in his 3rd year.
I think that they have an incredibly high floor. And I think they're not the 21st best team in college basketball. I think they're
better than that.
They're better than that.
Especially today.
I think they're in that top 10, 12 range with upside. But that upside is going to come with how good is Braden Smith when it comes to playing against some of the best point guards in college basketball and some of the best teams in college basketball. He played 13 minutes. He had 2 points, 3 assists, and a turnover against Oklahoma. Or Mario St. Superi, 8 points, 6 assists.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I hope so.
You're just going with it?
I'm going with it.
Okay.
I'm about 84% sure that's what Brian Michelson said to us on WCC Media Day.
Well, I'm going to have to listen back.
But that was about 300 media days ago and 17 games ago.
He played 26 minutes.
Yes, he was very good. He made some really nice passes. So I think that's where the ceiling comes from.
He's got size. If
he steps in and he can be a level of point guard that you need to be able to win against that level and most importantly defend at that level, I think that they have a chance to get back to the Final Four.
Yeah, I mean, chance. Yes, I agree. Because, again, the one beauty with them is, they're going to run through the WCC. They're going to win their share of non-conference games. They're going to get a pretty good seed and have a nice road for the most part.
And what I will say for people that haven't watched them yet is the length and athleticism on their perimeter is not something that you are used to seeing at Gonzaga. Tyon Grant-Foster is 6'8", with like a 7-foot wingspan and can play the 2 if you need
to. And Adam Miller's long.
Adam Miller is 6'5", 6'6", with long arms. Jalen Worley is like 6'7", with long arms and can play anywhere from the 1 to the 4. Like, he was a, air quotes, point guard when he was playing at Florida State. I think you look at someone like
is 6'7".
Emmanuel Innocenti, too, the transfer from Tarleton State, is big and long. Like, they are going to be a really, really good defensive team. And I feel like when we think about Gonzaga, we think about free-flowing offense. We think about being able to put up 85 and 90. We think about the way that they can run pick and rolls. We think about the way that you can play big-to-big with each other in the post. You think about getting into Graham Ike and having him dribble down 4, 5, 6 times and all of a sudden drop step and you got a layup, right? That's what you think of when you think of Gonzaga. I think that this team is going to win with what they do on the defensive end of the floor. And that's why I'm very, very high on. And that's why I think they have such a high floor in terms of what they can be this year.
Okay. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm not going to push back on it because I want to see more. That's what I would say is I just want to see a little bit more at this point. It's early. It's early. And
it's very late. And that's why